once again, Warren here with the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And yesterday slash today being Friday, April 24th, we actually got 3 new reveals. It's, did not happen on a Transformers Tuesday, but hey, we'll take news where we can get it, right? So apparently the Apology Tour is continuing from Hasbro, despite the last drop of reveals for Studio Series not containing a single 1986 movie character. We now have 3 that have been revealed, and gonna share my thoughts on on these figures, and kind of go from there. The source of these, so there's been several sources. There's been I know BBTS, or Big Bad Toy Store, had some stop motion for these that they were sharing on social media. These full pictures that I'm going to be sharing and looking at includes, of course, the alt mode, the bot mode, and the packaged figure. These actually come from Game Rant, which I think might be related to Screen Rant. Not really sure, never heard of the site before, but why wouldn't a video game site have a Transformers reveal before Hasbro Pulse or anyone? But anyways, so the first figure we're going to look at is Cyclonus. So I do like the look of the Cyclonus. From what I can tell, he does appear to be a repaint and a slight retool of the very first, not very first, but the what I'll call the Kingdom mold of Cyclonus. He's been issued a number of times now, both exclusive and non-exclusive, darker purple, lighter purple, pretty much every spectrum of purple now. And what I believe has been retooled here is actually his face appears to be a bit different. But this is a great looking figure. I have no complaints. Like I said, it's, the mold's been used a number of times now. I have that Kingdom release with the darker purple, which frankly I think looks great on my shelf. So I'll probably end up skipping this one because even though it does look a bit more detailed in the paint apps, I'm happy with my Kingdom release. But what I love about this, and I'll probably repeat myself, is I love the fact that Hasbro is reissuing some of these molds with, some slight changes, and some of these characters overall. And not making us 10 years before they do, making us wait 10 years before they do. Because, for whatever reason, maybe you skipped a figure along the way, budget reasons, or just, you just missed it. I really love how Hasbro is, again, going back and doing this. And again, I know it's to the detriment of some new figures coming out, new molds. It's no secret that it's also a cost-cutting option for Hasbro. But I think everybody wins in the end. We're still getting new toys and new molds. And it's nice just to have these characters and figures available again. And there's something, again, still there for new fans. People who have the original with, the alternate decos and, again, slight retools. So, I think Cyclonus is a win here. The next one we're going to talk about is Blitzwing. From what I've seen on reactions on social media so far, Blitzwing is the one out of these 3 that people are not a huge fan of. And honestly, I don't think he looks bad. I think he looks just fine. He is again, a repaint of the most recent Blitzwing mold that we've had, and it was released both as Blitzwing and Overcharge, his Diaclone color scheme. But, you know, as far as paint apps on this one here, you know, you have, you know, looks around the chest area and the abdomen. They got some of those, you know, details there that may not have popped quite as well before. Everything seems to be, you know, as it should. Those bits, those extra, kind of what look like giant fists or cannons that come with him. Those do appear to be opaque plastic this time, whereas I believe in the last two releases, at least with Overcharge, they were clear. I personally did not get the previous release of this mold. I have the Titan's Return Blitzwing. That's also kind of a head slash Titan Master. And I'm happy with that on my shelf. I think it looks close enough to a classic Blitzwing. And, you know, I'm not going to be changing my mind with this release. But again, I think this is a great figure for anyone who wants Blitzwing represented in their collection. I think the thing that some people aren't, you know, super keen on with this mold is if you look at the jet mode there, you do have a lot of kibble hanging off the bottom. And it is rather bulky there, and it's not the snap-on accessories either. So I think some people have a lot of issue with that. Because the tank mode looks just like the G1 toy, where you have you can see the cockpit of the plane, you know, reversed there, flipped around. It doesn't bother me. But again, I mean, I think this is a solid offering, for anyone that needs a Blitzwing. Now, the one that I absolutely love, out of these three, my favorite, has to be this new Cliffjumper. I think that has got to be one of the best Cliffjumpers, if not the best Cliffjumper we have received. I did skip the original released Studio Series Cliffjumper. Part of me, you know, I know he came with that giant cannon, but it was just such a small figure for a deluxe. And you can see in this picture, he's going to be a small figure for a deluxe again. As a result, the Cliffjumper in my collection right now goes way back to 2006. I have the Classics Cliffjumper, the one that comes with the little, what do you call it? Jet ski that he can haul. It's very much just a repainted Bumblebee from that line. But I think I might actually have to pick this one up, because this appears, and if I'm wrong, leave a comment in the comments section, but it looks like this makes use of the tooling that we had on the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee that came out not too long ago. And I'm saying that because of the placement of the Autobot logo on the hood in the car mode. Reminds me of the options for that Bumblebee. And again, I know we've had the Devastation Bumblebee since then. I don't have that one, but I do have that Studio Series Bumblebee. And, you know, looking at it up on my shelf now, I'm fairly certain that, yes, that is the mold that was utilized here, you know, to look more like that Penny Racer, which, frankly, even more so than Bumblebee works. I mean, yes, the original Bumblebee toy was based on kind of that Penny Racer look, but especially Cliffjumper with that front end here, you know, and not being a straight-up repaint of Bumblebee, having the different hood for a little sports car, and the different head, and I believe the weapon's different as well. I believe this is his, what is it, a glass gun? You know, it's like gas that can turn things as brittle as glass. You know, that's dead on as well. So despite the small size, I think I'm going to have to break down and get this Cliffjumper to have something a bit more accurate than that Classics version, as neat as that can be. But, you know, to give Cliffjumper an appropriate mold on my what I call my main shelf here. So anyways, that's going to be it. Again, 3 quick reveals. So a quick little video here. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there. If you enjoyed, hearing my thoughts on these figures, please give this video a like here on YouTube. And of course, subscribe for more Transformers content just like this. Whether it's talking about new upcoming figures, revealing figures I've gotten, just talking about Transformers in general, it's all here. And of course, leave a comment. What do you think of these new figures? Are you getting any? Do you plan to get any of them for your shelf? Are there other characters you would have liked to have seen reissued before these, or new molds, to begin with, certain characters? And if you're looking for anything else to watch, I do have my original channel, simply called Peach State Prime, where I do all sorts of fun stuff. Go to different events, attractions like theme parks, fun places to eat and shop, conventions. Just the primary goal of having fun and making unique videos. You could check that out over at Peach State Prime. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.